Hi. I know I don't have the blazer on. Don't worry about it. You know, it happens, but I'm back. Hi, Delano. Hello, Alex. Okay. Me. How's the dog track? After 300 centuries, he has returned. I understand. So, I finished walking my dog, and then we got a call from our car insurance, and then I ended up, trying to figure that out. That took a while. And then my food was done, so I was like, all right, well, let's just eat, I guess. So I just ate, figured that out, and walked my dog. And that's why it took so long. Sorry about that. Okay. Best multiplayer. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences irrespective of game genre or platform. Nominees: Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. August was just saying you were taking a massive shit. I'm gonna kill you. Excuse me. Welcome back. Hello, Andy. It has been in the legends he would return for us to show the light of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Very true. Okay. Let me go from left to right like we were doing. Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I have heard nothing about this game. One of my friends bought it and he's been playing zombies. I like zombies. I think zombies is really fun. But I haven't played zombies since Black Ops 1, I think Black Ops 1. And I haven't played the multiplayer since Black Ops 2. But even Black Ops 2, I only played it for about 3 or 4 days before I stopped playing. Not because I thought it was bad. I was just kind of like, it was kind of like been there, done that for me. Excuse me. Take another drink. Excuse me. It's a decent COD, but not like groundbreaking. Okay, I can believe that. We played zombies together. Remember, it was Black Ops 2 zombies, I think. That's true. I did play with you guys like 3 times on Patreon, I think. I heard it was pretty decent for recent CODs, but that isn't saying much. What were the recent Call of Duties? I haven't played any of them. Shit, go next. I haven't played Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. Modern Warfare. Oh yeah, there was like the remake, right? Or no, I don't think it was a remake. It was like a retelling or something. Were those good? I heard the first one was good, and then I didn't hear anything about the other two. I didn't play them though. Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 were dog shit. Oh, okay. I fallen off super hard when they redid those. I see. Absolutely terrible. That bad? Jeez. Can we see a shift from Weeb Gamer to Modern Warfare Battle Royale AAA Gamer? Coming right up. Good for people that wanted the change. Never been a COD guy. Really never been a first-person shooter dude to begin with. I like every genre except... I don't know. I don't even know if there's a genre I don't like. I even like sports games, but like I like arcadey sports games like NBA Street or NBA Jam or NBA Blitz. Or not NBA Blitz, NFL Blitz. Oh yeah, like Mario sports games. I like arcadey sports games. I don't really like sim sports games like FIFA or Madden. Yeah, I mean I like fish sims, but I also like arcade fishing. Arcade fishing's fun, like Sega Bass Fishing, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm with Andy. I like, as long as the game is good, I'm probably gonna be into it. I've got like my favorite genres, which is RPGs and fighting games. Are like what I like the most. But outside of those two, I basically like everything as long as it's pretty fun. I know people enjoyed the Modern Warfare 2 story. I have to ask. One of my friends played all of them, but bro, stop yapping and get on to the next topic. My bad. Let's talk about GTA 6 right now. I learned to count to 14 in Call of Duty. Oh yeah, because English isn't your first language, right? That being said, action games are the best. Ooh, baby. Careful, you're gonna piss off a turn-based fan. As a big sports fan, I can't stand arcade sports games. Sim for me, need the game to look like the sport. Yeah, all my friends are like that as well. All my friends are like that as well. But I think it's because they're big sports fans too. Like, I can't play arcade sports games with them. They fucking hate it. They're always like, bro, please. Like, you got to try, like, Madden, for example. And I'm like, sure, I'll give it a try. And then, like, I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't know. I'm weird. We got to get the missiles. The missiles. Speaking of GTA 6, did you see the Ananta trailer? It's anime gacha GTA and Spider-Man. Looks fucking cool. It does look really cool, but I'm probably not going to play it. One of the things that depresses me was I saw that it's being handled by NetEase. And I know people have problems with NetEase. And, like, to be honest, I don't really care too much about them. But what really hit me in the gut is I'm a big fan of the Mana series. And something that happened this year, Visions of Mana, which was the first AAA Mana game to come out. I was very excited for it. And I haven't played it yet, but it looks really good. And NetEase, they have a team in, I think, Osaka, Japan, which Square Enix had, what is it called? Like, I don't know what you call it. They contracted, they had contracted that team from NetEase to develop the brunt of Visions of Mana. And based off of what I've seen, it looks like the game did really well. Like, review-wise, people seem to really like it. I saw a lot of people say it's the most underrated game of the year. However, NetEase shut the studio down, I think, a day before the game even came out, or a day after it came out, or the day it came out. I don't know. They gave them like zero time, and that was the first game that team had ever developed. So for me personally, that like hit me in the gut because I'm such a big, like, I'm not like a huge fan, but like I love Mana, and that was just like so depressing because I was like, man, why? Like, why did you guys do that? That's really fucked up. But the cool thing was Square Enix ended up hiring a bunch of that team, so that's cool. Do you actually play sports? I played basketball growing up, but that's it really. I mean, here in Florida, everyone played either football or gator ball, which is just like a Florida sport. It's not really an actual sport. I enjoy Madden because I play and watch football, but I can't get into FIFA or 2K. Yeah, a lot of my friends play Madden or 2K. I have a couple friends that are really into FIFA, but most of my friends play Madden or 2K. First, I would have Gator Ball. Yeah, I know. Exactly. It reminds me to add the recent Saga game to my to-do list. That game looks so good, Nick. That game looks so good. Romancing Saga 2 remake, right? That shit looks godlike. It looks really good. I want to play it. Shitty suits fucking over game devs any chance they get. Yeah, it depresses me. Like, I won't lie, like I would try Marvel Rivals, but it's NetEase and I don't want to support them because I love Mana. And then obviously that gacha game, what's it called, Ananta, looks interesting. It actually looks very creatively interesting. I like what they're doing with it, but I don't know, I just don't want to support NetEase. It's kind of like how I feel about like Riot stuff. I think 2XKO looks interesting, but I don't like that they made their games, what is it called, have access to the kernel on your CPU, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't like that. I think that's extremely weird. And then I have a lot of friends. I don't know if I can say this. Riot doesn't seem like a great company to work at. Let's just go with that. Not a fan. So it's hard for me to support anything that's like from Riot or that kind of thing. But next game, Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2, I'll be honest, all the trailers for this game before it released, I thought it looked like dog shit and I had no interest in playing it. Then it came out, and then I watched gameplay without all the weird, like, cinematic trailers, and honestly, it looks really fun. I think I would like to play it at some point. But yeah, like what Alex just said, it seems like it fell off pretty hard. I don't know what happened. I didn't like follow what was going on with it, but it looks pretty fun. I feel like it'd be a good time with friends, but I'm not like you know, super like, oh, I gotta play Helldivers 2 or anything. I don't know. That's all really I have to say on it. The next game is Super Mario Party Jamboree, and I would love to play it because I love Mario Party. If I had time and money, I would actually buy it if I'm being real, and probably fuck around with my family and friends because Super Mario Party is fucking awesome. But I don't know anything about it other than it's fucking Mario Party, which, I mean, to be fair, Super Mario Party wasn't that great. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great either. But the last one, Mario Party Superstars, was fucking amazing. It was really good. And yeah, Jamboree actually slaps. Did you buy the McRib? No, I did not. I ended up what do you call it? Deciding that because I looked it up and it was like fucking way too much money, and I was like, I'm probably gonna buy something else with this. And I ended up buying fucking this Huey Magoo's, which is just like chicken tenders and fries. Give me my 20. I used it. I swear I used it. No lie, it was good. It was really good. Thank you. No lie, there's a multiplayer section or esports section in these voting awards. I just feel awkward because my ass playing single player games. Yeah, I try to have like, you know, something to say about some of these things, but it's hard to have a lot to say. Like, for example, the next one, Tekken 8. This is the fighting game I'm most interested in playing right now. It's like Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6. I really want to play Tekken 8. It looks fucking godlike. Apparently, the community has had some problems with the game recently. I don't know exactly what those problems are. If there's actually something like a core issue with the game, or if it's I got no clue. But all I can say is, like, as an outsider, Tekken 8 looks fun as fuck, and I really want to play it. It looks like, I'm probably so wrong on this. I don't have any experience with Tekken 7, but it looks like Tekken 7 if you were playing on turbo mode. It looks so fun. Like, it looks so fucking fun. I want to hop in. I want to play Victor. I want to play Reina. I want to play Kazuya. I don't know. The game just looks fun as shit. Fuck the community. Tekken 8 is godlike. Okay, I trust Andy's opinion. He actually plays like thousands of hours of fighting games. So then, yeah. Tekken 8 is definitely the one I'm most interested in playing out of all of these. Tekken 8 looks so fucking fun. It looks really, really fun. I hope this is just, you know, personal thing. I'm hoping, like Maximilian dude keeps saying online, that Tifa ends up in Tekken. One of my hopes and dreams for the Game Awards this year is that we see Persona 6 get announced. Excuse me. Yes, I'm smoking that much fucking butt hash right now. And I'm hoping that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is announced for PC, and Tifa's coming into Tekken 8. Because I would shit my pants. If we gotta play, yes, dude. I will let you happily fucking smack my ass until it's bleeding. I haven't played a Tekken game since 5 or 6, I think. I'd buy 8 if Tifa got announced. The last Tekken I played was, I think it was 5. I think 5 was the last one I played. I have not played Tekken in a very, very, very long time. And when I did play, I mean, to be fair, I didn't really like actively try to learn how to play a fighting game until Dragon Ball FighterZ came out. And I didn't even play that game for that much. I played that game for like maybe 30 hours, and I never even got like halfway decent with it. But I'm slowly getting more time. I'm hoping that either next year, really, I'll have days off, like where I can just not work or think about anything, and like actively like just fucking chill and play a fighting game. It's something I've wanted to do for years, is just really sit down and like learn a fighting game so bad. Street Fighter Cross Final Fantasy would also be interesting. That would be fucking awesome. I don't know how they would do it. Actually, I think Sabin would be really, from FF6, would be pretty cool in the Street Fighter game. His kit would be really interesting. What was I gonna say? I can't remember what the fuck I was gonna say. First, I hope they announce Heihachi for Tekken 9. Yeah, there you go. I played so much Street Fighter, Budokai, and Tekken. Oh yeah. But the Budokai games are amazing, bro. And Tekken during the PS1, PS2 days. Had a cousin who was really into fighting games. Yeah, I didn't really have any friends who were super into fighting games. I had one friend that would play Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with me, but that's it. Mostly played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with my brother growing up. That's probably my well, I mean, yeah, I played Guilty Gear Strive with my partner, but we didn't play that much. Yeah, we played, which one was that? We played Cross Tag. Yeah, we played Exerd. Did we play Central Fiction? Or okay, we played Central Fiction. Yeah, I bought Tekken 7 because Noctis is in that game, and I didn't even get to fucking play him. I still want to fuck around with it. Yo, another Street Fighter player. Let's go. Hello, Sam. Can I get Mary Rose for Tekken 8? I swear I'm a normal person. That's the girl that has a lot of porn from DOA, right? Or am I crazy? I can't remember. Budokai was so crazy. I played one on the GameCube and just did not know there was the Cell arc in there. I don't even remember the Cell arc being in there. Bro, I played Budokai 1, Budokai 2, Budokai 3. 3 was my favorite. And I played Tenkaichi 1, 2, 3. Whenever I think about Budokai 1, the only scene I remember is the mini game where, because I loved it so much, where you have to hold you're playing as Goku. It's the scene with Raditz, that's his name. You have to like hold Raditz down, and then Piccolo's like charging the special beam cannon. Yeah, that one. I don't know why. That's the one thing that sticks into my head. Gangacho was like, we don't get drippy. This is if I never played, and I was so confused. I was like, where the fuck is the punch button? They all have a lot of porn. I mean, I can believe that. I can believe it. Yeah. And then the last one, this is also a game I really want to play, is Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. I love Space Marine 1. I played Space Marine 1 back on the Xbox 360, and I thought that game was godlike. I played it single player, but it was really fun. One of the best third-person action shooters that I had played. Really fun game. When I saw that they were doing a Space Marine 2, I was excited. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I love the first game. Haven't seen anything, haven't played it. Looks really good. But listen, I haven't played any of the games on here. So at this point, I'm basically picking what game do I want to play the most, and that's Tekken 8. I want to play Tekken 8 very badly. This game looks so fucking fun. Okay. Next game, best sports / racing game. Nominees are F1 24, EA Sports FC 25, NBA 2K 25, Top Spin 2K 25, and WWE 2K24. All right. I don't play Sims. I'll be straight. But okay, I like the Sims, like the game The Sims, but I don't play like, you know, sports Sims, like I said. College football 25 not being this is a crying shame. You know what? I've been listening to like a lot of podcasts and videos lately, and they keep bringing up college football 25 as like a renaissance, because apparently the old college football games were like super godlike, but then apparently the series disappeared because of rights. And now it's back, and a lot of people are really happy about it. And when I think about that, it makes me think you're right. But yeah, I don't play Sims. What I will say is I do watch WWE. And I love WWE. I love wrestling in general. I also watch AEW, and sometimes New Japan, and I also love NXT. But those are all wrestling promotions for people that don't watch wrestling. The wrestling games were really good back in the day, and then they got worse over time, which is unfortunate. So I stopped playing the wrestling games. I don't know if they are finally better or not. But I will say that every year that I vote on the Game Awards, a WWE game is like never on there, but it's actually here for once. And I'm going to vote for it. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm looking at the cover of the game, and I'm wondering why Cody Rhodes is not on here. Like, what the fuck? How is Cody Rhodes not on here? That guy's like the GOAT right now, but okay. Did you like it when Tyson wrestled a few mil from Jake Paul by pretending to be old and senile? All right, I don't want to get super hard into this, but if there's one thing I can say that I hate about WWE, it's that Logan Paul is a part of it, and I'm not gonna go any further than that. Absolutely hate that. It makes me very annoyed. So the next category is best sim/strategy. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. The nominees are Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overlord. All right. Now let's go from left to right. So, Age of Mythology Retold. I believe this is a remake of, Age of Mythology. Now, I played Age of Empires, but not Age of Mythology. Now, I really like Age of Empires. If Age of Mythology, excuse me, all the love, thank you, Irv. I need some water. Excuse me. If Age of Mythology is anywhere near as good as Age of Empires, then it's got to be good. Frostpunk 2, I heard was really good from people that play these kinds of games. I heard that Frostpunk was really good. However, I have no interest in it. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. This might surprise you. This is the game I want to play the most this year that I have not gotten to play. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess looks so fucking sick. It is a game from Capcom that is very, very experimental and weird. It's like a tower defense game where essentially you're playing as this samurai guy, and you recruit villagers, and the villagers can be different jobs. And then the tower is the goddess, this girl in the middle, and she's being attacked or chased by a bunch of yokai that are coming out of torii gates. So you set up the field with your villagers that are, doing all their different jobs or whatever, archer, whatever the fuck you want them to be. And then you yourself also can attack. From what I understand, the combo system is very simple. And yeah, you just help the goddess get to the other end, or the yokai killer. So it's Bloons Tower Defense. Pretty much. It's a tower defense game, 100%. But the personality and visuals and sound and music are so fucking cool. The game looks so fucking cool. I really want to play it. It looks godlike. I've had it on my list for a while, and out of every game that's come out this year that I want to play, but I know I'm not going to have time for, Kunitsugami is at the top of that list. That game looks amazing. Next game, Manor Lords. This is another game that a lot of my friends have been playing and tell me it's amazing. I have no interest in it. That's all I have to say. And then the next game, this is also pretty high up there on games I want to play. Unicorn Overlord. This is a game by Vanillaware, and Vanillaware is they made 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. They made Odin's Sphere, Dragon's Crown. That's right. They have they have some of the best artists in the entire industry, in my opinion. Their art is amazing. Their games look beautiful, and I believe this is their first time doing a strategy game. And it looks really fucking fun. It looks awesome. I don't know much about it other than it looks good. It looks fun. This category for me is between Kunitsugami and Unicorn Overlord. But here's the thing. Even though I want to play Kunitsugami more than Unicorn Overlord, I think Unicorn Overlord is probably the better game. I wish I played both of them so I could have like a solidified opinion on this, because I'm pretty confident that that Unicorn Overlord is better. Cat just frog splashed the Christmas tree and my wife may kill him. What a dipshit. What? Oh no. The poor kitty. Bro said, fuck my friends. Listen, My friends play games and I play games as well. We just don't happen to play the same games. I want to vote for Kunitsugami because this is the one I'm most interested in. But I feel like Unicorn Overlord is probably the best game here. So I'm going to vote for Unicorn Overlord. Next category. Best family game. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Excuse me, Atlas Glazer. Atlas didn't even develop it. They just published it. Excuse me. All right, here's where I'm going to put my foot down and look to you, Jeff Keighley, and be like, what is going on here? All right? All of these games are fucking awesome. But I do not think anything here except Super Mario Party Jamboree is a game that, like, I would play with my family. I'm going off of the category name. Best family game. Astrobot looks fucking godlike. I'm not calling little Timmy to be like, yo, let's play Astrobot. I'm just gonna play Astrobot. Princess Peach Showtime looks fun as hell. Looks like exactly what Princess Peach should have gotten for her own solo game. I'm not calling little Timmy to go play Princess Peach Showtime with me. I'm just gonna play it. More like best family friendly game, right? Yeah. If it was called that, that would make way more sense. Super Mario Party Jamboree, yes, I'm gonna play with my family. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, no, I'm just gonna play that on my own. Probably on my toilet. Same with the Plucky Squire. This game looks fucking amazing. Looks really cool. I've had this on my eye for years. But we gotta talk to little Timmy. Talk to her son. Bro just wants to hang out. Dog. He's like, Daddy, please, Astrobot, please. And I'm like, no, we're playing Super Mario Party again. So this category to me. This is why I wanted to do my own Game of the Year awards for the community, because I look at this and I'm like, what is this? What is this? There is no other game here that I think should win besides Super Mario Party, because it's the only game here that applies to best family. It doesn't make any sense to me. So Super Mario Party, moving on. Best fighting game. Ooh, this is a category that kind of annoys me too. Okay, best fighting game. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. The nominations are Dragon Ball Sparking 0, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Multiverses, Tekken 8. Okay. Now I have two problems with this, okay? I understand, like, now obviously when I think about a fighting game, I think about something like Tekken or Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising. And Dragon Ball is more of an arena fighter, but I think that's fine. I think Dragon Ball totally makes sense to be here. I think that's totally fine. And I'm okay with that. Where my problems mainly come from is Multiverses. Multiverses, if you guys don't know, was nominated for and won Best Fighting Game of, I believe, 2022, while it was an early access beta, and it beat KOF 15. I'm sorry. I will never, and this is part of the reason why I wanted to have my own Game Awards thing, I will never allow a game to be nominated, especially if it already won, again, just because it was in beta at one point and people liked it and then it came out, you know? Because listen, I could be wrong, but from what I understand, people aren't even a fan of Multiverses like on its release state. I could be wrong on that, but that's the vibe I've gotten from the general community. So this entire entry just confuses me. I don't understand how this can be applicable. It's already won before. It shouldn't be allowed to get nominated again unless it was best ongoing fighting game. Because here's the thing. If this is going to be here, we're Street Fighter 6. You know, you might as well just put fighting games that people are playing. This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't like this at all. This makes no sense. And then, listen, you gotta understand, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is one of, if not my favorite fighting game of all time. This should not be here. I'm sorry, but it's a remaster. It's a collection of old games, and I understand they had to engineer some stuff to get everything to go how it is in this, but it is effectively the same game as the original. I would never put a remaster into anything like this. If you're gonna put anything like this on here, it should be a remake. I heavily disagree with the idea of a collection being on here, especially when you have games like Rivals of Aether 2, games like Under Night. What happened? What happened? There are fighting games that were released this year that people love and really enjoy, and they're getting snubbed by a collection of games that are like, it's just a remastered like collection of games. We already know these games are godlike. Like, I don't understand what this has to be here. Multiverses already won. Why is it here again? It makes no sense to me. Where is Strive? Although isn't Strive from like a year? Strive is from years ago. But that's my problem with this. This is here because originally it was in beta, but now it actually came out this year. I don't think that. Nah, that's bullshit to me. So I think it comes down between Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising and Tekken 8. Now, if you asked me personally, I think both of these games look fucking amazing. I watched Evo this year. It was amazing. Tekken was awesome. Granblue was also fucking awesome. Highly would recommend you to buy either one of these games or both. They're really sick. Now, I'm more interested in Tekken. And again, but I'm gonna reiterate what I said earlier. From what I understand, from what I've seen of like community, the community has problems with Tekken 8. I don't know if there's actually problems with the game. And I've seen a lot of love around Granblue. Like, everyone seems to be really happy with the game. If I had to go objectively, it seems like Granblue is the most consistently loved game between these two. But this is my voting. And as sick as I think Granblue looks, I really think Tekken looks fucking godlike. So I'm voting for Tekken. Sorry. All right. The next game. Best RPG. Oh, this is going to be a long-ass discussion, isn't it? For the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. And the nominees are Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. I'll go from left to right. So, it starts with Dragon's Dogma 2. Now, I never played Dragon's Dogma 1, but I really, really wanted to play it because I thought it looked really good. One of my friends is basically pilled on Dragon's Dogma. He's obsessed with it. But you know what surprised me? Excuse me. He told me that Dragon's Dogma 2 was like disappointing. And that surprised me because I saw online that a lot of people were really, really heavy on it. I wish I had perspective to talk on it. 2 is kind of meh. What was what about it is meh? All I understand is that it's kind of a remake of Dragon's Dogma with more content. That's what which to me sounds amazing, but like I don't actually know what's wrong with it. Like a Dragon is pretty good as well. I'm gonna be honest. I think it got snubbed from Game of the Year. I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2. I don't have much to say on it. I think it's. I want to play it, but I haven't. It's just kind of cookie cutter RPG with nothing new. Oh, okay. The next game, I already see some people in chat annoyed that it's here. I actually don't mind that it's here. I think it's fine in this category. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. So I really love From Software. And I do like their games quite a bit. I think the Souls games are awesome. I have not played Elden Ring, and to be honest, I don't have a lot of interest in playing Elden Ring. I'm more interested in playing Armored Core. But yeah, I have not played Elden Ring. I've watched a lot of Elden Ring because I edit a lot of videos for clients. So, and you know, Elden Ring's really popular, so I ended up working on a lot of videos that have to do with Elden Ring. Now, I've seen all of Shadow of the Erdtree about 3 times because I had to make multiple videos on it. And Shadow of the Erdtree looks fucking godlike. It looks amazing. They did a great job with it. It's more Elden Ring. You know, it's more Elden Ring. Next on the list, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I said my piece on Rebirth earlier on. I love this game. I think the big thing that I want to point out is, you know, this is the category for best RPG. And for me, when I think of RPG, it's actually pretty much this: the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression. That is what I think of when I think of an RPG. Excluding everything that Rebirth does, and I break it down to its customization elements, and it's godlike. By endgame, you are doing things that I didn't even know were possible. I talked about this yesterday. I woke up in the morning and I saw somebody do a build with Yuffie that blew my mind. Where, excuse me, I'm gonna see if I can find it. PS5 frame drop simulator. Look at this. So, I'll explain in case you've never played Final Fantasy VII or Rebirth specifically. So Yuffie has a skill that can duplicate herself, so she can have like a copy. And so what he did was he made a copy, and then he has Yuffie and Aerith do a synergy attack. And what that synergy attack does is it gives them both unlimited mana. So he does that, and then he has Aerith put a ward down, and what that ward does is it lets him cast a skill twice. So he has 2 Yuffies casting a meteor skill twice with unlimited mana, and it looks like this. Basically, you can go fucking hog wild in this game. And I love it. I've seen a lot of crazy ass bullshit. This was one of them. Another, it's on this channel, I'm pretty sure. This one. So this guy's running a gambling build on Cait Sith, where if you guys don't know, the gamble materia, you can run 1 materia, so like let's say fire materia, and you can just run 10 fire materias and attach them to all the blue materias and then run gamble. And then basically your gamble will always roll into that one spell, and that one spell will receive all of the buffs from all of the blue materia. If you don't know what blue materia does, it basically buffs or adds an additional mechanic to whatever materia is attached to it. And you get like weird shit like this. And this is just fucking cool as hell to me. Basically, the end game of Rebirth is whatever you want to imagine it to be. As long as you've got the materia and you've got the fucking creative brain for it, go do it. You can do it. And that's my favorite thing about it, in terms of the end game of Rebirth. The good thing is that at the end of Rebirth, you have a lot of content that you can do with all of this materia, which is nice. I feel like something I've been experiencing a lot with recent RPGs is you'll get to the end of the game and then you just have like one boss or something like that. But with Rebirth, there is so much. There is so much that you can go and fight and mess around with outside of just, you know, the standard super boss. Now, is every fight balanced correctly? Of course not. The game is asking you to break it, and I think that's cool. I wouldn't really call this a problem, but I'm basically pulling hairs at this point. I guess if I had to like make a knock at it, it doesn't really I don't know. You can't go that hog wild until the end game. It takes a while. Like, you basically have to get to end game before you can do all this crazy ass like bullshit with the game systems, which takes obviously like a lot of time. And you have to do like a lot of side quests. You got to do a lot of mini games. Then you get access to this crazy ass materia that you can mess around with. So I guess that's like the most negative thing I can say about it. But it's weird because I like doing that stuff, so it's not a negative to me. But if I had to think about it objectively, and like, again, designed with rich player character customization, for somebody that's only going to play a game one time, and especially if somebody's never going to do any of the side stuff and just do the main quest, you're never going to interact with a lot of that crazy shit. So you might have depth. Actually, I have a good example of this. One of my friends, who's also named Nick, funnily enough, I remember talking to him where he was like, it's been a couple months and I thought about the battle system, and I think it's not as deep as I wished it was. And I was like, are you crazy? And then I started listing all of the stuff that you can do, and he was like, bro, I didn't even know you could do like 90% of that. And then I realized he skipped all of the side quests. He skipped all of the mini games, that's fine. He didn't want to do them. So I guess that's it, right? That's probably where the negative is. If you want to see the full breadth of what Rebirth can do in its combat, you have to play a lot of the game, which, boo-hoo, you have to play more of one of the games of the year. But I can see like why that would be frustrating for somebody. Next game. This is a game that I think got snubbed from being nominated for Game of the Year. I haven't even played it. I just saw that there's a full Animal Crossing minigame, and I think it was Infinite Wealth, but I saw Xerath on Twitter post him fighting a fucking shark, and I was like, what? I need to play this game like now. I needed to play this game like yesterday. It looked fucking godlike. I don't know anything about Infinite Wealth, but it looks like a Game of the Year to me. Infinite Wealth looks like video games, the video game, and I really want to play it. Unfortunately, that's all I can say. I don't know how its RPG systems work. I don't know how deep it is. I don't know how crazy you can get with its systems. I can only trust people that yeah, go for it. I mean, I'll hear you out, Zara. Like, how does the combat work? I know it's turn-based, and I know that because I remember you showed me that that Kuryu, which this is really cool. Kuryu has a mechanic. He's the only one in the game, I think, that can do this, where he can break out of the turn-based system and play an action game because his characters were action, or his games were action, which is fucking awesome. That's such a cool idea to me. There's an Uber Eats minigame. That rules. That fucking rules. That's fucking awesome. Definitely not me. I'm Midwest American, Nick. I don't know how they keep pumping out these games. There's so much in Infinite Wealth. You know what? I think the same thing every year. Okay, that's a lie. I didn't really start thinking about it until I saw the pirate game that they announced this year. I was like, okay, these guys are like the fastest game developers I've ever seen in my life. Like, how? Literally how? Excuse me, sorry. So in Yakuza 7, it used to be you just selected a move and your position on the field was random. But now you can control it in a zone and line to slam your enemies into your ally. Whoa, wait, that's cool as shit. What the fuck? That's awesome. You can get more combo attacks since you can move next to your allies and also get back attacks. And since you have to move your buffs, you have to move next to... Dude, that sounds fucking cool. So you could like ping pong the enemy or something? That's really sick. What the hell? Oh my god, dude, I really need to get... Bro, I need to hop on Yakuza, man. I need to hop on Yakuza. Yes, you can? That's so cool. Amazing how fast you can crank out titles in your franchise as an identity and iterate instead of trying to reinvent the wheel of each title. You know, I know you're calling out Final Fantasy on this, but you're so right. Like, I'm okay with them. I like that they reinvent the wheel,
But you're right. When you stick to, because like honestly, it happened with Rebirth as well, right? You know, they finished it in three years, and a lot of that is because they had a lot of the legwork built already with Remake. And I'll be real, playing Remake and Rebirth turned me into a believer of like, you know what, Square? Let's just keep doing that battle system. I think I'm good with it. I think we should just keep doing that. It's really good. Yes, there are synergies too. There's synergies? Bro, this game's gonna be godlike. Basically, it's finally if Yakuza was an RPG and not emulating Dragon Quest. Is that like pretty much what 7 was? I do love reinventing the wheel because sometimes it's really fun. That's why I had so much fun with Daybreak, because although it was easier than Reverie, it was really fresh and fun. Yeah, I like seeing new shit. But I feel like, and again, I can't believe I turned into one of them. But like, seeing what they did with Rebirth was like such, I was just like, man, I need this again and again and again and again. I'm sure at some point I'd be like, okay, let's do something new. But I think about it and it's like, Atlas has kind of used the same general idea for its battle system for years, and their games are consistently getting better, and it doesn't bother me there. So I don't see why it should bother me with Final Fantasy. Rebirth iterated on Remake. It's why Final Fantasy needs to follow Rebirth as a template. Final Fantasy do that anyways. This is true too. Even though I do think Final Fantasy 1 through 6 and 7 through 10 all have, oh, I guess 7 through 9 really. They all try and do some new system or some new idea. The general gameplay loop, I guess is what you'd call it, is iterative of the previous games. Fuck you. Next Final Fantasy, you have blender system where you must choose the correct fruit to increase your stats, and you can only collect fruit by landing a specific number of hits on the enemy. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. Yeah, the Suika mechanic. That'd be awesome. Yeah. I wish I could say more because I think Infinite Wealth, now that that's been explained to me, I just want to play this game even more. It's going to take me so long to get through all the fucking Yakuza games, bro. And then last up is Metaphor ReFantazio. Oh, so this is what makes it hard, is because when I was playing Metaphor, I felt the character customization much harder than Rebirth. Again, I said this when I was talking about all the games I played this year. I felt it more than I did with Rebirth until the end of the game. By the end of the game, I did feel like I had to do the ultimate class in order to like complete my character, which I liked doing. It was fun and I enjoyed it. But do I like that more than Rebirth? I don't think I do. I think I like that I can keep coming up with some random bullshit. I feel like every day I find some crazy ass fucking thing that you can do with Rebirth's customization. And I think I like that. But I don't want to discredit the 100 hours that I enjoyed of Metaphor. And I even enjoyed the hours where I was in my, where my characters ended up in their roles. I enjoyed all that time where I was messing around with stuff. It was fun to think about new strategies, especially when I think about Persona and I think about SMT. I prefer the archetype system, and I know I'm biased because I like job systems from other RPGs, but I prefer the archetype system to Fusion. I don't know if that's controversial, but I do. I found it so fun and really enjoyable. Something I really like. I don't know if I dislike it. I guess I don't like it either. But like a lot of the times when I come up with a Persona build that I want to do, I have to go and look up a fusion calculator, and then I have to plan a route to like get to the persona that I want with the skill that I want. I don't necessarily dislike that, to be honest, but I think it's way more fun in Metaphor to just be like, okay, so the merchant does this. I want to take a little bit of that. And ooh, so the Persona Master does that. What if I take a little bit of that? I kind of love that more than in Persona or in SMT. So I guess the part that I'm really I have to zone in on, because here's the thing. I guess it's like, here's the other thing too, is I like Rebirth's combat system more than Metaphor's. And this is coming from somebody that prefers turn-based combat. Like wholesale, I prefer turn-based combat to action combat. And I think Metaphor has the best turn-based combat system I've ever played. It's so fun. But Rebirth is like a perfect marriage of turn-based and action, to where like you get the benefits of the like immersion of an action system with the strategy and the planning of a turn-based system. So it's like, I say that because I'm thinking back, and it's like, man, the 100 hours that I spent coming up with all these like, you know, build paths in Metaphor was like super godlike. But like, I also enjoyed finding new materia every time in Rebirth, because I'd be like, ooh, I want to try that. Ooh, I want to try that every time I got a new materia. But I can't lie, Metaphor was more open than Rebirth for the majority of like your initial playthrough. Where it really flips to Rebirth is in the end game, because there's not really much of an end game, if at all, in Metaphor. Whereas there's a big end game in Rebirth, like a big end game. So you get to play around with your materia. Like, you know how, I don't know, like let's say you're, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now, but you'll know what I mean when I say this. You know when you're playing an RPG and then you do everything in the game or whatever, or you get like you do like a big achievement, and then you get this crazy insane weapon or item, but there's nothing to use it on, or there's only like one thing to use it on. That doesn't exist in Rebirth. You just have a lot of content I mean, you guys saw, I was able to get what, 7 or 8 more streams out of Rebirth post completing it before I have to New Game Plus it now. Whereas like Metaphor, there's none, right? I can't think of any. I know there's a super boss, but you can't fight it until New Game Plus. Which I guess, you know, that's where the benefit is, where you get to like really mess with your royal classes. It's like, you know, the last couple bosses and then New Game Plus. But I feel like going into New Game Plus, you're just gonna sit in your ultimate class, right? There's no real reason to experiment because you're already using the best thing in the game. I mean, I guess logically in Rebirth, you could just not mess with all the crazy new materia, because it's not like well, I don't know if I could say it's not the most efficient, because like this guy is soloing an entire fucking thing with Cait Sith, who is like, I like how he plays, but he's one of the weirdest characters to play, you know? And he's soloing it with Cait Sith with like a fucking dumb, like a gimmick build, essentially, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. You have to unlock it? So is it like a Moog and Erdtree situation? Something like that? Thing I like about Trails and Final Fantasy is that you don't have to always use the pro tag. Yeah, that's nice too. For you, bro, I'd say it's Rebirth so easily. I don't know, man, because I mean, I think this is like my 3rd time saying this. I'm sorry. I was going into this like for weeks. I've been thinking, what is the best RPG? And I've been thinking it's Metaphor this entire time, until I got to the end game of Metaphor, and now I'm like, oh, maybe it's Rebirth. But then I feel like if I pick Rebirth, I'm disregarding all the time I loved spending, you know, picking my jobs and stuff, just because the end game is like lacking, you know? But then I don't want to ignore how much fun I've had fucking around with the end game in Rebirth. You start with bare bones in New Game Plus Metaphor, but oh really? That changes things for me. Okay, so if you mastered the archetypes, then you can keep it. But like you have to unlock it? Or how does it work? Because now I'm interested. You have to level up the followers again. Okay, so you can't just break into everything. Okay. Oh my god, that's pretty awesome actually. Fuck. Oh my god, man. Oh god damn it. You start with Max Seeker if you mastered it? That makes sense. You see, and I know in Rebirth's post or like New Game Plus, you just keep everything. You don't have to go through it all again. Which is not as interesting as having to like come up with a new build plan in Metaphor. But the benefit in Rebirth, because you have everything, is now you can fucking play with your toolbox. Because you just spent 100 hours gaining the toolbox, and now you can do another 100 hours with the toolbox. Maybe it's like the initial playthrough is more interesting with Metaphor, and then on replays it's more interesting with Rebirth. I don't know. I don't fucking know, bro. But then again, isn't that what you do during the end game in Rebirth? What do you mean exactly? Bro was out of commission for 5. Well, that was the game as a whole. I'm talking about like just RPG mechanics, like just straight RPG mechanics. I find New Game Plus Metaphor is super easy. I think replays for me will be Rebirth. You think so? Wait, okay. Pop-Tart. Break down, because you've been playing Regicide for a while now, right? Break it down for me. I wish I had more time so I could like, you know, really think on this more. Rebirth sounds like the DMC post-game mindset, which I like personally, but it's also a longer game. Yeah, see that's like a problem with that's what I'm trying to like, go through is like, okay, well, and also like I highly doubt that Rebirth's combat system is as deep as Devil May Cry. I feel like it's fucking impossible, but for an RPG, it's really impressive. I 3-shot the boss. What? On Regicide? Scroll up and see what I saw about it. Yeah, I got you. My biggest pet peeve on Nintendo RPGs like the Super Mario RPG or Mario and Luigi games is that once you beat the final boss, all you can do is go back to your last save, which Brotherhood. Oh, that is lame. I'm not gonna lie. That is something I don't like either, is whenever games just put you right before the final boss. Like, just let me at least New Game Plus or something. You start with Max Seeker, so you have medium wind damage. Okay. I feel like by that logic though, maybe in Rebirth you would demolish everything because you have all this crazy stuff. But like, I don't know. Has anyone played hard mode in Rebirth? Because hard mode is like Regicide for Metaphor. What is hard mode like in Rebirth? It's harder for RPGs to have that same depth. Yeah, 100%. Restrictions, see FF16. Yes, yeah, that's true too. And I like FF16 in its combat, but even I will be the first to admit, like, it is severely limited by trying to be an RPG and failing at being an RPG. The dragon at the beginning got 5-shot. That's crazy. Speaking of Metaphors, New Game Plus, this is why I like Trails of Cold Steel 1, Reverie, New Game Plus, because you can choose what you want to take so you don't just cruise through the game. I see. That's pretty cool, actually. In River, you can play on Abyss and level the enemies to... What the hell? That's insane. I have... What is it like? Is it like, you're just OP as shit and you destroy everything? Or is it like actually... There's like some heft to it? Because I I can speak on Remake because I played Remake on hard, and on Remake on hard, you can't use items. You can't rest at, well, you can rest at benches, but you can't restore MP. And the trash mobs were easy, but the bosses were harder. If you have the end game gear equipped, the overworld battling, you can just kill the enemies even if you're lower level. Oh, I didn't even talk about the field battles in Metaphor. You know, I mean, there's not much to say about the combos that you do. It's very simple, but I loved it. I hope, I mean, they won't do it. I don't think, because I think it makes Metaphor unique compared to the other games that they make. But farming in Metaphor was so enjoyable for me just because I could just whack things and listen to a podcast. I don't know, I loved it. I really liked it. Not having to do trash mob fights is really nice. Some enemies can take a little more. You get no items and are fucked. Little limited. Okay, so it's like the same. I really didn't like the no items rule for hard mode. I don't know, just off concept. It feels like a different game. When I played it, and I saw I couldn't use items, I was like, this is so stupid. Like, this goes completely against like the idea of like what I'm playing an RPG for. But then as I played it, I found that it made me experiment like with my characters differently. So I would use materials I would not have used, and okay, see, but now I'm thinking by that logic, then you're limiting the build. Even though I thought it was cool that I got to change this, my stuff around and like try out some other stuff. If it's like that in Rebirth, then is it not possible to do like the crazy bullshit on hard because you have to run like Chakra or something? Oh my god! Every time, like Pop-Tart will like bring up a good point about Metaphor and like the problems with it, and then fucking Alex brought up something, and then Xerath brought up something about Rebirth on like the problems with it, and now I don't even fucking know. I literally have no idea. This is okay. I should say, since I still haven't picked yet, this is literally hairs for me. This is hairs for me. I can't. Two-shot the Minotaur with 2 stone cleavers from Straw, being 6 levels under it. But if you do make a stake, you can easily get 1 shot. Okay. In conclusion, it's Dragon's Dogma 2. Fuck, man. I don't know. I gotta pick something or I'm gonna be here forever. My brain says Metaphor, but my heart says Rebirth. Ah! I'm picking Rebirth. I'm sorry. I'm a fanboy. I'm sorry. I'm picking Rebirth. Fuck. Okay. Best action adventure. Jesus fucking Christ. For the best action adventure game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Oh, I feel so bad because like I need Metaphor to win something this year. Because I need Atlas to know that they made a godlike fucking game. But I just fucking love Rebirth, man. Fuck! Oh my god. Okay. Nominees for Best Action Adventure: Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Okay. Astrobot is a game I really want to play. It looks like the best 3D platformer since Mario Odyssey, but I haven't played it. Excuse me. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This game looks fucking godlike. I can't even lie. I don't care for Prince of Persia, I'll be real, but this game looks so fucking awesome, and I also feel horrible for the developers because their studio got shut down. So I might have bias on that front. I'll be straight. And also, I think Ubisoft makes really boring games. So seeing this come out of Ubisoft was really awesome. All right. This one is confusing for me. Silent Hill 2. Full disclosure,
Silent Hill 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. It might be in my top, it's definitely my top 10, might be in my top 5. Silent Hill 2, the original, is a masterpiece. Silent Hill 2 Remake looks incredible. I have not played it yet, unfortunately. But as an editor, a lot of the people I work for are streamers, and naturally, they're going to do horror. So I've seen 2 full playthroughs of Silent Hill 2 Remake. More full disclosure. I think Silent Hill 2 is one of the best stories ever made in gaming. The end of that game makes me cry really hard, I'll be honest. And I remember I probably looked like such an idiot editing a video, and I'm just, watching this streamer, and I'm watching the ending of Silent Hill 2, and I'm literally struggling to watch because my seeing devices are full of water. I'm literally just sobbing at my PC while I'm editing because the end of that game is so fucking beautiful. However, I wanted to say all that because I love Silent Hill 2. I don't see Silent Hill 2 as an action adventure game. I understand that the remake put a lot more effort into the combat, but Silent Hill 2 still, even with the remake from what I've seen, is fundamentally not an action game. You're not playing it for the action, man. It's a psychological horror game with a lot of puzzles. And I feel like when they do stuff like this, for best action adventure game combining combat, traversal, and puzzle solving, I just don't think of Silent Hill as like when I think of action adventure, I do think of Zelda. I would think of Astro Bot or Prince of Persia, something like that. My brain does not go to Silent Hill. So as much as I think this is probably the best game on this list, I don't think it's the best action adventure. Star Wars Outlaws looks fine. I do want to play it, but it's just another Ubisoft open world game. Uninteresting, it's whatever. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. This game looks really fun, and I do really want to play it. However, I expected this game to be good. I thought this game was going to be shit, and it did really well. I feel bad for the studio. I'm voting for Prince of Persia. I think it deserves it. That team, it's a shame that they don't exist anymore, but they pulled out all stops and made a Prince of Persia game I'm actually interested in. And I think it's a shame that they're gone now. Let's go to pop my... Yeah, I got you. For me, it's Prince of Persia. I have to tell you about that game. In Prince of Persia, you can throw chakram, reflect it, and then it comes back, and then teleport to it? They got Noctis in this shit. I heard from a friend who played the remake, and he's played the OG too. He actually liked the remake because it adds so much more leg to the adventure. Yeah, there's parts of it that they added that I was really happy with Silent Hill 2. Vote Legend of Zelda to empower women. What are you saying? Silent Hill 2, yeah, Silent Hill 2 is definitely the outlier. I left for like 3 hours and thought you'd be done by the time I got back. Dude, I was telling my partner this because I don't talk about it much, but I love video games. I can yap about video games forever. I really can. I fucking love video games a lot. And usually whenever I do the Game Awards nominations, I usually just go through it really quickly. But this year I wanted to like actually take my time and like really speak about video games because I love video games. All right, the next category, best action game. Yo, we got best action adventure. Now we got best action game. Okay. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. Okay. The nominees are Black Myth: Wukong, Call of Duty: Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Let me take a swig here. Hold on. All right, let's go from left to right. Black Myth: Wukong. Now, I was not quiet about how I felt about Black Myth: Wukong back when they teased it years ago. I didn't care. The idea of Black Myth: Wukong never sounded interesting to me. It was only until like their last trailer that they ever put out where I was like, okay, this game actually looks pretty cool. Don't really care for Black Myth Wukong at all, really, but I do think the combat looks really fun. From what I've seen of Black Myth Wukong, it kind of reminds me of Ninja Gaiden. I know a lot of people look at it and say Souls. I don't really see that. It looks closer to like a Ninja Gaiden to me. Game looks good. I will probably play it at some point, but I'm not like super interested, if I'm being honest. But I do have confidence that it is a very good action game, and it probably does deserve to be on here. Black Ops 6. Why is that on here? Doubly so with Helldivers 2. When I think of action combat, I do not think of a shooter. When I think of action combat, I think of an intricately well-designed combat system. Combat system like either Black Myth Wukong or Stellar Blade. And Warhammer, I didn't even notice it was on here. Okay, the original Warhammer 40k Space Marine does have, like, you know, action elements to it, but it was mostly a shooter. I don't really see it as an action game. So it's really between Black Myth Wukong and Stellar Blade, in my opinion. Now, I was also very vocal about my opinions on Stellar Blade before it came out, where I thought the gameplay looked fucking sick as hell, but I didn't really care for anything else about it. I know I'm a degenerate, like I'm a hardcore degenerate and all that kind of stuff, but I've also said this before. Having an attractive character is not enough to get me to play a game. It's also not enough to get me to watch it. You'll get me to beat off, but that's the most you're gonna get from me. All right. And even on top of that, like character design wise, I'm gonna sound really mean here, but when I look at Eve, I always thought, ever since when the game was called Project Eve, I always thought she just looked like the default character in a Korean MMO, like Blade and Soul or something. That's always what she looked like to me. She never looked like she had like a distinct look or anything like that. I always thought she just looked like a default MMO character. So yeah, but that has nothing to do with combat. When I look at the combat, Stellar Blade, I could be wrong. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. I know a lot of people say it looks like a Souls game. I never really got that. I think there are Souls elements to it, but to me, it also looks a lot closer to like Ninja Gaiden or like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry. I don't think it's as well. Okay, I'm guessing. All right, I haven't played it. It doesn't look as in depth. Yeah, I agree with you, Pop Tart. It looks more like Nier, or well, you said Felt. So I'm assuming you played it. It looks closer to those kinds of games where it's like, what do you call it? Character action? Is that what you call it? It looks more like a character action game than a Souls game. There are obviously Souls elements to it, but it doesn't really look like it plays like a Souls game. I could be wrong. I have not played it. All right, let me see what you guys say. Fuck Black Ops 6. Okay. You didn't care about Wukong? Frieza, is that you? Okay, man. Hello, monkey! Too much to slowly change. I started series after resting. I can see that. Stellar Blade for 2 reasons. Eve, show me your boobs. I beat off to Overwatch and that game is shit. Exactly. Tachi looks fire? Wait, what is Tachi? Is that like a character? But her ass, though. I also really don't like the UI in these Korean Chinese games. Honestly, they just feel cheap sometimes. I'd have to see them. I honestly don't remember. What's up, Jabingi? Jabingi? Oh my god, I fucked her name up. Sorry. And thank you for the pregnant emote. I really needed that right now. People are dumbasses and just put the Souls title on anything difficult or weighty. I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, God, I want to be freed of Souls. Yeah. Why was that on point? Was it? Stellar Blade is like a more fluidic God of War. Are we talking old school God of War or modern God of War? You can play it like Sekiro, but the reason I like it a lot more is because you can actually fight the enemies instead of being forced to parry for 10 minutes. I could see that. Oh wait, so you did play Stellar Blade, Andy. Did you play Wukong as well? Wukong looks good. Looked like a good combat system too. But from what I saw personally, I thought Stellar Blade's combat looked better. I want to play Stellar Blade. It's on my wish list, but from watching it and stuff, it looks a little like Nier. I agree. It looks closer to Nier. No, but I 100% Stellar Blade. Okay. Well, going into this category, I'll be real. I was going to vote for Stellar Blade, but I did want to talk at least a little bit about Wukong because I do think it deserves to be up here. These other 3 games, though, Warhammer's probably debatable, but these 2 is like a definite no for me. So I'm going to vote for Stellar Blade. I need to buy this game, bro. I do need to play it. Next game, Best VR/AR. For the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform. The nominees are Arizona Sunshine Remake. I didn't even hear about the first one. Asgard's Wrath 2. Batman Arkham Shadow. Metal Hellsinger VR. And Metro Awakening. I don't play VR games, but I like Batman and I like the Arkham games. So I'm going to vote for Batman. I know I've had like really deep thoughts about a lot of these things, but I don't have anything to say on VR. I'm sorry. Okay. Best mobile game. For the best game playable on a mobile device. And the nominees are AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Withering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. Okay, so I say this every year, and I'm going to say it again this year. I will never, ever vote for a gacha game. I will never, ever support it. I will never support it. So that immediately eliminates every game on here except Balatro. And I actually think Balatro is one of the most unique and well-designed games that I've seen in a long time. It's actually very innovative on what it's doing. I love a lot of things about it. I think its sound design is fucking sick. All that's really cool. And I'm saying this full well as a guy that I do play a couple gacha games, but I will never ever I respect that, Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart's like, I only voted ZZZ because I want free gems. Respect. Listen, Chris, if you'll love me, then you'll pick ZZZ. Then I guess I fucking hate you. Balatro to the top, baby. Sorry. Next category, best debut indie game. For the best debut game created by a new independent studio. And the categories are Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. Let me take a drink. Okay. Animal Well. I have no opinions on it, but it looks fucking awesome. I do want to play it. Balatro, I think, is actually really innovative from what I've seen of it. I honestly really want to buy it and play it while I'm working. Is that possible, by the way? Is there like a timer or anything? Like, could I play this while I'm just working, like chill? Because I really want to do that. Excuse me. Manor Lords. Said this in a previous category. A lot of my friends are playing it. I have no interest in it. Pacific Drive. This is actually a game I've had on my wish list for a long time. This is gonna sound really lame because it just sounds lame as a concept, I guess, but I don't know. To me, it sounded fucking awesome. So Pacific Drive, you are a dude and you're in like hell pretty much. And you have a car and your car is ass. So it's a roguelike, by the way. And your goal, from what I understand, is to get out of this hellscape. And to do that, you have to make sure your car can get through the storm. So it's a roguelike in the sense that you are getting like new wheels or like a new engine or whatever the fuck, defense system, stuff like that, so that your car can get through the storm and get to the end. That's the roguelike aspect. That probably sounds really lame, but when I saw that as a concept, I was like, that sounds fucking awesome. I'm putting that on my wish list. So Pacific Drive looked really cool to me. Don't know if it's actually good. I have not heard or seen anything, but it looks awesome. Plucky Squire. I said this earlier during Best Family Game. Plucky Squire has been on my eye, just like Pacific Drive, for a long time. I could be wrong, I think I'm right on this, but I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But one of the original leads on Pokemon, like creature designers, I believe he was the lead in Sword and Shield and Black and White. He, I believe, left the Pokemon company or Game Freak, I don't know which, that he worked at, and then worked with these guys to make this. He did the art for this game. And the gameplay, so you're inside this storybook right here, and you're in like a kid's room, okay? So like you're playing it and you're seeing your character go through these 2D pages. And then the character, just like in this box art, can come out of the 2D page and become a 3D character. And then you can like go through the kid's room as like a level. I thought that looked so interesting and unique. It looked fucking awesome. Perfect replacement for web fishing. So true. Where is web fishing, bro? We need web fishing on Best Indie Game. That being said, I think when it comes to innovation, Balatro probably takes it for what they're doing mechanically. I think it's so cool. But gameplay wise, it's probably Animal Well. Uniqueness, I would say Pacific Drive. And then like a game that I'd like recommend to anyone and they'd probably like it, it would be like Plucky Squire. So I don't really know, to be honest. I guess it depends on what you'd weigh more. I think I'm gonna go Plucky Squire. I'm gonna do Plucky Squire. I really want to play that game. And I want to give them some shine. All right. Best independent game. Oh, well, okay. Isn't that just the same thing? No? For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Oh, okay. So we have the nominees are Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. Okay. So I said my piece on Animal Well and Balatro. Lorelei, I've heard really good things about. I heard the story and puzzles, I believe, were really well done, but I don't know much about it. Neva, I heard, had an amazing story. It's made by the people who made Grease, I believe it's called, and that game looked really cool, but I never got to play it. And UFO 50, if I remember correctly, if it's the game that I think it is one of the coolest concepts I've ever seen for a video game. So if I remember correctly, I'm going to try my best to recall what UFO 50 was. UFO 50 is a video game that is designed to be a fake console that was released in like the 80s that had 50 games on it. And the console was called the UFO. So it's basically, it's like a video game of that's preserving a system that never existed, that's preserving 50 games that never actually existed, and like its own, like, I don't know, does this make any sense? I feel like I'm not describing this one. UFO 50 to the moon, I do think UFO 50 is like the most creative one out of all of these. I just don't know how to describe it. I guess, like, you know when you go and you buy like, you know when Nintendo did like the SNES Mini and it had like 30 games on it? And it was like the 30 games that best represented that system? This is what that is, except the UFO never existed. It's not a real console. It's like a fictional console that had 50 games that also never existed, but were for this console that never existed. You see, like, does this make any sense? And it like went through each generation of the UFO's console life, but it also never existed. Like, it's not a real thing, but it's like a pretend like if it was real. Does that make sense? It's like an old school 50-in-1 games. They do that, but tie it with a meta narrative about game dev. That's probably the closest. By the way, Pinoy, when are you gonna eat a salad on stream? I did that. I'm voting UFO 50 because I think it is such a cool and unique concept. All right, next one. Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates / patches. The nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Okay, I'm not really sure why Helldivers 2 is on here. I feel like if you're gonna do community support, this should be games over time, not a brand new game. Especially because people, like, from what I understand, like, hate Helldivers right now. Excuse me. Usually, whenever community support comes up in previous years, I either vote for FF14 or No Man's Sky, because No Man's Sky is such an incredible story. So is FF14. I have no opinion on this, really. I know people love Baldur's Gate right now, and I heard that the Dawn Trail expansion wasn't super fantastic. But I don't really know. Like, have they added anything new to Baldur's Gate? I don't know. I feel like it's between Baldur's Gate and FF14 for me, but I don't really know why they hate Helldivers 2. I don't know. That's just what I hear. Why the fuck is Fortnite here? I mean, to be fair, you know, people love Fortnite. I don't really know. Baldur's Gate or Final Fantasy, yeah. I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate. Just because, from what I understand, not everyone universally loved Dawn Trail. Okay. Best ongoing. What the fuck? This is like the same thing as the last one. What the hell? Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. The nominees are Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. I'm gonna pick FF14 because that was the other choice I would have picked on the other one, so I guess. Games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message, the nominees are Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kenzera Zao. I feel like this is an impossible category for me to vote on because I don't know what the theme of any of these games were, but Indica was a really weird and cool game from what I saw. It was very strange and it looked awesome. So that's my bar for games for impact, so I'm voting for Indica. I got nothing. Innovation in accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. The nominations are Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age The Veilguard, Prince of Persia The Lost Crown, and Star Wars Outlaws. I don't know what any of these games are doing for accessibility, so I literally have no opinion. I got no clue. Dragon Age? All right, I'm voting that. This one's for Alex. I got no opinion on this. I don't know what they're doing for accessibility, so we're going with Dragon Age. Best performance. Awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture. The nominations are Brianna White, Hannah Tell, Humberly Gonzalez, Luke Roberts, and Melina Juergens. Okay. I think we all know what I'm going to pick here. But I want to give a huge shout out to Luke Roberts for Silent Hill 2. Because I have to point out, bro, again, Silent Hill 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I was going into this remake completely unsure that they could even do a modicum of like excellence in its acting, because the original game's acting is very dreamlike and weird. It's like hard to replicate. But Luke Roberts' performance, I wish I could pull up a scene without spoilers. The things he was doing with his voice is unbelievable. unbelievable. It's the same. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. It's the same level of stuff I was talking about that we got out of both Brianna, John Eric Bentley as Barrett, and Cody Christian as Cloud. He fucking killed it as James Sunderland. Absolutely murdered it. There is a scene in one of the new endings. I was losing it watching that performance. It was just unbelievable. So I do want to give huge shout out to Luke Roberts. This guy, keep an eye out for this dude in the future. He is absolutely killing it. That being said, of course I'm going to vote for Brianna White. If you watched my playthrough of Rebirth, you know what I think about not only her performance, but well, I guess delivery and performance are the same thing. The way that she handled a lot of the moments that I was concerned about, I was blown away by. Growing up, I never played the voiced FF7 games. I only played the original Final Fantasy 7. Never played Crisis Core, didn't play Dirge of Cerberus, didn't watch Advent Children. I didn't do that stuff. I didn't know they existed. I got to experience them way later. Way later. And I liked Aerith's voice actor at the time that they had, but I was never like blown away by them. Brianna White is Aerith. Brianna White is unbelievable as Aerith. Where's Alejandro? That guy also, he did a fantastic job as Akihiko. I think Zeno Robinson did an amazing job as Junpei. Excuse me. Stuart Clark as Strahl. I don't know his name, but the guy that plays Luis did an amazing job. Like I was saying earlier, Cody Christian as Cloud, John Eric Bentley as Barrett, Britt Baron as Tifa. There just a lot of amazing video game performances this year. If you're asking me my personal favorite, it's probably John Eric Bentley. What that guy does with Barrett's voice, how gruff it is, the level of range that he has. Oh my God, man. Like when he speaks, I listen, bro. I one of my favorite voice actors of all time, John Eric Bentley. But yes, Brianna was unreal in the role of Aerith. She absolutely killed it. Oh yes, I agree with you. The Magnus brothers, both of them, the voice actors were some of the best in the game. And Heismay's voice actor was amazing. But yeah, I'm going Brianna White. She is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Okay. Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. The nominations are Astrobot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. This one's really easy for me. I'm going to be honest. I will say, though, don't know how Black Ops 6 is on here. I'm surprised Black Ops 6 got nominated this many times. I'm just going to be completely real. I don't know how the fuck this game keeps popping up. Yeah, I don't get it either, Deadpool. I do not fucking understand. I feel like this game has this category has a very easy winner. But I do want to give a shout out to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Senua's Saga. Senua's Saga does 3D audio in a really cool way, and they do like her inner voice in a really cool way. And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has a lot of really sick and unique sounds that they do for the way that you walk, the way that things get hit, and specifically the alien sounds are really, really fucking cool. However, not even close, Silent Hill 2 Remake has the best audio design out of anything I've heard this year. It's unbelievable how good the audio design is in here. I highly recommend, if you are even like mildly interested in horror, just boot up Silent Hill 2 and play it for an hour. And the sounds you hear will have your fucking, the hairs on your body on end. It's unbelievable what they did. Oh God, here we go. Oh fuck. Best score in music.
For outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. Ew, 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 ew. No, no, fuck the licensed soundtrack. Fuck that. Okay. The nominations are Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade. Well, boys, I have every single soundtrack for all of these games open right now. I say we listen to a few songs. Now, I will be completely straight. Every game here has an incredible soundtrack. If you don't say Silent Hill here, you're on crack, brother. You're gonna hate me for saying this, Augustus. I love Akira Yamaoka, but I think the original version of Silent Hill 2 soundtracks is better than the remakes. And also, as much as I love Silent Hill 2's soundtrack, it's not doing anything new. A lot of it is the same songs, but remastered. It's the same reason why I would not put Persona 3 Reload in best music. And I know people would crucify me for that. But like, Persona 3 Reload has like 4 new songs. And then the rest are just redone versions of the original soundtrack. I am not comfortable rewarding developer or what do you call it? Like a game that didn't have like as much new songs as possible. Astrobot has a really great soundtrack. I've heard it. It's very unique. It's different and it's weird, but it's awesome. And I know this because when I played the original Astro's Playroom, it is funny as hell. And they're like, me and my GPU, like just weird ass songs like that. I love how playful they were with the soundtrack. Stellar Blade, Keiichi Okabe is one of the greatest composers of all time. Okay? He's the composer of Nier, and he's the composer of Stellar Blade. You already know I'm gonna be like, yeah, of course they have an amazing fucking soundtrack. I don't remember the name of the song, but I'm assuming it's this one. I mean, you guys sit on my AFK screen all day. You know, I have Nier music playing like all the time. Listen to Raven? All right, I got you. I don't know the names of any of the songs. I don't have a song in here called Raven. Oh wait, hold on, maybe I do. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is awesome. That's so funny. I only composed one song. Oh, his studio did it. Okay. I think Black Ops 2 is... Yeah, I think Black Ops 2 is the clear one. Wait for it? Oh, I'm gonna wait. We're gonna listen to a lot of music here. This feels like a remix of a Nier song. This is crazy. Throwback to Become as Gods, yeah. Nick will get there. Nick will get there. We'll get there. We'll get to FF7. We'll get to FF7. Okay. Typing on a phone sucks. Yes, it does. All right, let's get to Silent Hill 2. Because I actually love Silent Hill 2's soundtrack, but I'm going to pick my favorite song in Silent Hill 2. Hold on. I don't know why they have different names for them. I guess they did like different versions of it. Hold on. This is like the same thing that I talked about with Persona 3, where it's the instrumentation doesn't hit as hard. Here we go. It's probably this. Okay. So this is my favorite song in Silent Hill 2. This is the original version. The belly monster. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, I fucking love this song. It's one of my favorite songs in all video game soundtracks. I like the new version, but I don't like it as much as the original. This is the new version. It's not bad. It's just the instrumentation is like just strange to me compared to the original. I don't even know what staccato means. Look how they massacred my boy. Yeah, this is like the same effect that I had like when I talked about Persona 3. It's the same effect, like where it. Yes, I mean obviously the arrangement is fantastic, right? Or the whatever it's called, like the composition is fantastic. But I don't like the way that like the instruments that were used. It just doesn't hit the same as the original version. And that to me is the biggest reason why I can't like confidently be like, oh, well, on top of that, it's also like, oh, Silent Hill 2 is like, it's just the same soundtrack, but you know, and I say, it needs, like, you got to hit me with it. But yeah, next, let's go to Metaphor. Now, I loved Metaphor soundtrack. What the, oh God, it's all in Japanese. I don't know what, I can't read any of this. Fuck, that's going to be hard. I love Metaphor's soundtrack. I do. I think it's really good. However, and Delano is pointing it out right now, you guys are going to hate me for this. The best thing that Metaphor's soundtrack has going for it is its chanting monk. Please don't hate me for saying this. Most of Metaphor's songs are just kind of okay. I don't think it's Shoji Meguro's best work. It's just the songs that have the monk in it. You know, like those songs are amazing. But pretty much everything besides that is like, okay. I do really like the airship theme. I can't do it, but that song is amazing. There's a lot of great songs. I like the song in Martyra. I like the song in Grand Trad. Like the overworld themes are good. But I do feel like none of the songs like super stand out besides the ones with the chanting monk. And I think that's a big weakness. The other problem is I hated the human boss theme for most of the game. I did not like it. I thought it was just annoying. Towards the end, I started to like enjoy it, but I had to be gaslit into enjoying it, and I don't like that. Juna's songs were really good. This is where it's going to be rough, is when I start talking about comparisons to other games. This is going to be hard for me to find because this is all in Japanese. I'm sorry, but I don't want to look the names of the songs up because I'm going to run into spoilers. I don't want to spoil for anyone. But come on, Shoji Meguro deserves a recognition, for fuck's sake. I want him to get recognized, but not for this. Academia is really good too. The Academia theme is awesome. Let's hope this is the battle theme. Okay, this is not the battle theme. This is like the song that plays on the main menu. This song's really good though. Is this the battle theme? No, this is not the battle theme. Fuck. I remember this song. This song's really good. I'm gonna click on whatever song says Chief Priest, because I'm gonna assume that the priest is the guy doing, oh no, dude. Okay, this one. Yeah, this is the battle theme. Dun, dun, dun. This song fucking rules. That monk is spitting, bro. He should have won with Persona 5. The rough thing is he was against Keiichi Okabe in Nier, bro. Dun, 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 dun. So good. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's so good. Dun, 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 dun. Amazing. Where is let me see if I can find the human boss theme. Oh, this is the results theme. I like this theme too. This is Martyr or Grand Trad. Bro, I can't read Japanese. Oh, I like this song a lot too. I would hum this theme a lot. I think this is Altabury. Go back to it. I can find it. Give me the human boss theme. Okay, this says Juna on it. I want to open that on the side for later. Go back to the list, one that said human. Okay. Human. Fuck. Oh, I don't have Spotify on my PC. Officially becoming a jam stream. That's what we're gonna do. Go up? Okay. Didn't like songs that... No. It's not that I didn't like them. If I said that, let me rephrase. They're not memorable. A lot of the... Like, okay, for example, one of my friends told me that this game had like 400 songs in it, and I was like, really? I thought it had like 5. Because they played the same song in a lot of places. 8? Okay. Okay, yeah. This is my least favorite song in the game. I'm a big percussion guy, and I found this theme to be like... I liked it more when I heard it for like 1,000 times. Wait, no, this isn't the one. No, this is not the one. This one's not that great either, but there's another one. Is it this one? It's like bum 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 ba-da-da-dum bum. That's like the whole song. I can't fucking remember the name of it. Oh, maybe it is this one. I recognize this. Yeah, this. And I think the saddest thing about this song for me was I don't want to spoil. There's a boss fight at the end of the game that you would think would have its own song, but it's just this song. And I was like really depressed. I was like, damn. So I thought that was lame. I wish I could read like Japanese so I could like tell you like, or I could like pick the songs that like don't stand out, but I can't read any of this. Juna has 2 songs. Yeah, I know she has one in like that one Coliseum place and then one at the Opera House. This is a good example of a song that's like, it's not bad, but it doesn't stick out. There's a lot of this in this soundtrack. Metaphor has like, what is this soundtrack? 61 songs. And like, I would say like maybe 6 or 7 of them are like memorable. I think this is a Rhylehaven. Oh yeah, this song. This was a song that I thought sounded like a Fire Emblem song. By the way, I never saw the album cover. This album cover fucking slaps. Holy shit. Alice always kind of does that. That's fair. That's fair. Excuse me. Yo, Tyler, what's up, bro? This is Anxiety in Traffic. Yeah, this song's like fine. It's not bad. It's fine. Yeah, it's like this one's also like, it's just fine. Oh, I remember this. This plays like before some boss fights. Oh, this is a boss fight theme. I was gonna say it was Fire Emblem. That's because I had you on my mind. We're going through soundtracks right now for best score in music. Yo, Robbie, my goat. What's up, bro? Thank you for the 23 months. I want to be a rapping priest. Put me on the track, bro. Dude, actually, okay, I have to pause this. Robbie, I can't do it this year because I'm broke, but if I have the money next year, I wanted to hit you up for this because I'm doing this whole Game Awards thing. You know how at the Game Awards, they have like a composition that has all of the Game of the Year, like, games, they have like a song from it and it's put together. I wanted to commission you to make a song that uses motifs or whatever the fuck out of what do you call it, like whatever ends up being the top 3 games of, like, you know, the Community Game Awards. But like, I know I don't have the money for it, but I just wanted to tell you that because I want to prepare you, because I'm probably going to do that next year if I'm able to. I want to do that so bad, so bad. Giant Sandworm Nest, King of Destruction. That's this one. I can't remember the name. My favorite battle theme in Metaphor, I don't know the name of it. I've been composing like crazy the past 6 months. Huge. When does this play? Is this the desert? I feel like it's that one, I can't remember the name of it. That one place next year. Is this an optional dungeon? This one is really good. I don't remember this in any of the fucking dungeons I did. This reminded me how much I kept mixing up Juna and Yufa because their names are so similar at the end. Sounds like racism to me. I'm kidding. This one is called Giant Sandworms. This is? Wow, okay. I'm not gonna listen to the whole soundtrack. I'm just trying to like listen to a little bit. I gotta finish the game with like 3 weeks left on the calendar. I would be curious to hear what you think about it. You know, I won't lie. My opinion of the game did dip quite a bit around the middle, but I really liked the ending. I don't want to talk spoilers on stream. It made me laugh a lot. Yeah, I remember this song. Bro, I need to be a chanting monk. Yeah, this song. I fucking love this song.
I wish I could, bro. I would just sound racist if I did. Yeah, this game's soundtrack is so fucking fantastic. You better play FF7 tracks. I am. Okay, we'll go to Rebirth. The problem with Rebirth is like there's literally like 1,000 songs in the game. And there's so many that stick out to me, but I don't know what to go to. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, with Rebirth, it's like its soundtrack is so big, and they crafted songs just for specific situations, and they only play like one time. It's unbelievable. I guess like what do I even? How many discs does Rebirth have? It has a lot, bro. And even this is not all of them. My notes for the game are huge. You should get a look. Yeah, dude. I'll definitely take a look. Gus's theme is amazing. Solemn Gus! It's so good. It's more cinematic than video gamey. I would agree with you. With the exception of some parts of it. All right, I guess I should just get into it. The one track, there's a lot of tracks like this, but this specific one is the one where I'm like, this is it. So while there are many songs that are crafted for many specific scenes, there is one song in Rebirth that just solidified song of the year for me, or soundtrack of the year, and it's this song. There is a side quest. I don't want to describe it that much, but you basically have a dog during the side quest, and what they did was they made a new overworld theme that is dog related, and then they made a battle version of it that is also dog related. I'm guessing this is the overworld version. Yeah. Wait for it. Bow wow. It's so cute. And then it seamlessly transitions when you get into a fight. Oh, this is the Japanese version. I didn't even know there was a Japanese version, bro. I thought there was only an English version. Yeah! Fuck yeah, dude! So fucking good. I fucking love it. It's so good. There's a lot of like random bullshit songs like this. There's another one. I won't play it because I'm just gonna end up going through too many. Where you get to be a frog, and they made a frog song, and it's like this goofy thing where there's like a guy going like ghetto like the whole time, and I was like, what am I playing, bro? I felt like I was playing Katamari or something. Like I was just like, what the fuck? It's bizarre. Okay, yeah, we can do Solemn Gus. I'm assuming this is like Japanese though. I want the American version. Okay, so there's the guy that you meet. What the fuck is that? There's this guy that you meet at one point in Rebirth. He's also in the original, but they changed his name, and then they like gave him more of a personality. And so his songs, he has like 3 songs. He has a battle theme. He has an overworld theme, and then he has like his own theme. Let me see if this is it. I'm assuming. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, he has 3. I like how this guy just put his fucking funkia. It's so stupid. Can we get Gus Sigma edits? Solemn Gus. So stupid. Oh my god, we're having sex to this song. Alright, I think this is the battle theme. What is this fucking edit, by the way? Like, what is this fucking video? Oh no, I think this is like the actual arena. The opening theme from the credit roll and the flashback hit me in the fucking nostalgia. I cheered up. Yeah, okay, that's true. The lighting and Rebirth, sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really weird. Okay. What the fuck am I looking at? The greatest game of all time. What is this edit, bro? It's so good. Sigma edits. So fucking stupid. Okay. Let me pull up. I'm gonna pray to God that there's no fucking spoilers on this. I am looking up a boss theme right now. I'm just letting you know. Because I thought this was awesome. It should be this one. I'm assuming this is the Japanese name. So, Genova is one of my favorite boss themes ever. This version blew my mind, if it's the one that I think it is. Well, honestly, they're both really good, but... The Era theme, that one is amazing, but no, not that one. I agree, Robbie. It needs to get on PC fast. Oh yeah, listen to this. It's like a heart that stops. Just wait, bro. This song is insane. This song is fucking insane, bro. This song is fucking crazy. What the fuck else can I pull up? Maybe something more simpler, like a regular battle theme. I didn't know Genova was in the game. Here we go. Okay, this is like the first battle theme in the game. I guess for me, it's really special because my favorite song of all time is actually the main theme of Final Fantasy VII. I don't know. I love that. I guess motif, is that the right word? I love it so much. It gets me very emotional. Yes, Cosmo Canyon is amazing. And they ended up, you know, like they play the main theme as like the overworld theme in the grasslands area, and then they also have a battle theme variant of it when you get into battle. So this is basically the first battle theme you hear in the game. It's really good, I think. Whew. Oh, I just feel so alive when I hear this motif, bro. You know, this song sounds so much like Adventure to me, bro. This is like what Adventure sounds like. Yeah, it is very, very, like, beautiful. I just never really, like, imagined the song as a battle theme, and that's why it did catch me off guard. I'm gonna end up listening to the whole fucking soundtrack if I keep going at this point. Let me think of, like... You know, I'll do... These are also really early in the game. These are the last two songs, and then we'll move on. I think it's this one. And then I believe this song is called Another Buster Sword. It's one of the first songs that plays in the game. It's the Roxas song. We'll go with that. Yeah, this song. It's very simple, but I don't know why I fucking love this song. Dude, I cannot get over how much I love this fucking game. Yeah, neither can I. It's bad. No, it wasn't, Robbie, and that's a goddamn tragedy because Vengeance's soundtrack is so good. Sorry, I got... That shit made me so mad. This is definitely more of a cinematic song, but the composer of this song is Masashi Hamauzu, who composed FF13, and you can really feel that in this song. Just like his style. I think this is like the second song that you hear in the game. Okay, and then I'm gonna play this one, which this song made me cry when I first heard it. This is the song that plays at the very beginning when the credits roll, like the FF6 moment. I think the most memorable part about this song was like hearing the characters' conversations. I think like Tifa asks about like business trips, and then Sephiroth talks about like how annoying and boring they are or something. Oh god. I'm sorry, I have to counteract this theme with this one. I have to. I'm sorry, I have to. I love this game.
The music, the direction, the characters talk, all of it, man, just fucking hit me. Yes, that beginning was so fucking unreal. Vengeance, the most unique, and I agree. Vengeance, bro, it got nominated at the Golden Joysticks, and I was so happy because I was like, bro, it deserves it so much. Zack and Sephiroth's relation is like the, oh, there he is, the Kero Kero. Works there for 20 years and wants to die. It is. It's like when Zack calls Sephiroth, and he's like, and what? And Sephiroth's like, ugh, stop calling me. You're so annoying. Oh, I love this song too. I know a lot of people hate this region. This was my favorite region of the game. Fucking love this song, dude. Oh. Metaphor also has a really good jungle theme. Oh, I'm gonna be on this for fucking ever. It's Rebirth. It's Rebirth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's Rebirth. Next game. Or category. If FF7 existed in a Disney movie. Dude, I heard someone say that the Gungaga theme sounds like when you go to like a safari zone and then they have like a CD that's called like The Sounds of Nature, and that's what that song would sound like. And I was like, I'm gonna kill you. Oh my god. Chris Mount Coral said, I can't, I'm gonna be here forever. Okay, best art direction. For outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. The nominees are Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Neva. Oh, sorry. Here's the thing. I think Astrobot looks fucking awesome. I think Black Myth Wukong looks okay, I guess. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree looks fucking amazing. Metaphor ReFantazio looks fucking amazing. And Neva looks really cool, but it also looks a lot like Grease, which they've done before. I also do want to point out that, like, it's Metaphor. For me, it's probably between Metaphor and Elden Ring. It's one of these two. I'm so happy Metaphor got nominated for so many things. I know, right? It's very validating. For me, as a fan of RPGs, I'm just so happy to see like my favorite fucking games get or my favorite games from my favorite genre get, you know, put up on a pedestal. It's awesome. I think the area that you walk into in Erdtree is one of the most gorgeous looking things I've ever seen in my fucking life, like on God. And some areas like the Cerulean some bullshit look unreal, look absolutely unreal from an artistic direction. You know, here's the thing with both Erdtree and Metaphor is like the games themselves don't have like super high quality models or like super insane textures. Neither of them do. But they both have incredible and unbelievable artistic direction. And that's really what carries both of these games. I'm going to vote Metaphor. But the reason I want to vote vote Metaphor is because I finally got to see Soejima do more than what he usually does at Atlas. And I love that. I have to just vote for it for that reason alone. I love the like seeing Soejima's like it's like Soejima got to rip his shirt off is what it feels like. Yeah, and just like go crazy. I fucking love it. Oh fuck, here we go. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. The nominees are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor, ReFantazio, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. All right. Here's the problem that I've got with this category. I might have to like round out a couple things. Out of all of these games, I think Silent Hill 2 has the best story. But this is a remake of the original, and they added new things, but like it's just the same thing. And as much as I love Silent Hill 2's story, I would not award it to this because it's the same thing. We've come to a point where the pursuit of graphics have reached diminishing. Yes. And because of that, people have been actually putting a lot more focus in art direction. The 2010s were rough for games. That is true. That whole era, the 360 PS3 era, was rough. But I do feel like we've hit a point where finally we can see, you know, some interesting ways to do things. You'll say FF7 again and you are wrong again. No, I'll say straight up, listen, there are narrative... Okay, I talked about this earlier. I'll try to summarize it a little bit. I love Rebirth's story. I love what they're doing. I love their ideas, and I cannot wait to see how they come together in part 3. This is not a complete narrative. It's not. It's just not a complete narrative. This is not a full story. By the time you finish it, you're just like, I need part 3. It's not. You're not getting a complete story with this game. So I can't. Yeah, it's like season 2 of a TV drama. I could not. The one thing I will give Rebirth is that out of any other game I played this year, I have not played another game that had anything even remotely close to this in terms of character interactions and like character writing. So like a lot of the scenes between two of the characters is like unbelievable. Like the writing in it was like so strong and like pulled me. There's one with Cloud and Tifa that was like unbelievable, and it's not like a romance scene. I'm not like that horny. It's just like a scene of them talking, where you get to really see the actors like really act, and it was like mind blowing for me. I was like, wow, I cannot believe I'm getting this. It's really good. So I don't know Hellblade 2's story. I know that the first game had a good narrative, but I don't know anything about it. I never played Infinite Wealth. I'd like to hear what people who have played it, what their general opinion is on the narrative. I do know that people say that Yakuza's story is really good, but I just don't know it. And my only opinion of Infinite Wealth is that it got snubbed for Game of the Year purely because it has an Animal Crossing minigame, and that's it, because it looks fucking amazing. This game looks fucking amazing to me. Infinite Wealth has a great story, but the second half had some serious pacing issues. Okay. I'm loving what I'm seeing with Rebirth's character. Oh, hold on. Oh. Oh, fuck, I did. Is there a problem, or? Okay, I'll just set it for tomorrow. I completely forgot. Fuck. Yakuza 8's story is not one based on its main plot. It's about exploring the two characters and helping Kiryu with his past. Okay. So, okay. I can't speak on it specifically because, you know, I don't know what it is. But I would say something similar with Rebirth. Rebirth is pretty light on its, like, overall main plot. Like, there is a main plot, obviously. And it's good, but it's definitely way more focused on the interpersonal characters' stories and, like, their relationships with each other. Not really like you could summarize the plot, the actual plot, excluding every moment and character interaction. You could summarize the plot in like a sentence in Rebirth. Which again, that's why I'm saying it's part 2 to a story. It's not a complete narrative. I can't vote for it. It's a legacy sort of game. I see. With Metaphor, while I have issues with how some of the character, well, one of the characters writing, and well, a couple of it, in the middle of the game, I never really felt that the actual narrative like dipped. All of my, like, you know, writing issues completely stem from like a character, not really from its actual plot. I think the plot itself was great. I guess in some ways you could say it goes a little off the rails at the end, and it kind of does. But the reason I love RPGs and really the way that the East writes their stories is because it gets ridiculous. I think it's fun. I think it's really funny and really enjoyable. And I loved it. I said this multiple times when I was playing it. I did find a lot of Metaphor's story and I'm not saying this is a negative, to be really predictable, but that's not a bad thing. Predictable does not mean bad. As long as it's like told well and executed well, doesn't matter. And I think it is, personally. It's a good thing. IMO games do a lot better with character writing than story writing, so I usually focus more on characters. I don't know if it's the same for you. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I said this before, but like I don't really care that much if the main plot is good. As long as the characters are awesome, then like that's all I need. Because I do agree with you. I feel like it is harder to get like a overall like plot to be good. One of the reasons why like if you had to ask me, if you're like, what's your best narrative between Rebirth and Metaphor? I do think Metaphor has the better overall narrative, but I would pick Rebirth all day just because I think its characters are stronger. I think the interpersonal relationships are stronger, and I was way more attached to the characters in here. And while I think the party is great in Metaphor, some of the best Atlas has done, there are parts in the story where, a character will say something and I'm like, how could this character, why would this character say this when this happened to them? And then there are like other parts where I'm like, this character's being there's tone deaf, and then there's like just straight out stupid, and I'm like, why would this character say this? And then I look at the whole party and I'm like, why isn't the party saying anything about what that character just said? That's like insane to me, and it makes me like question, some of the character or like the party dynamic. But the actual through line of the narrative is good. So I'm gonna vote for Metaphor. Just going off pure narrative. Gotta hop off here. Then Jimmy just talk some JRPG. Oh, of course, man. You sleep well, bro. You sleep well. Don't kill the cat. All right. Best game direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Okay, well that's gonna be hard because I don't think I played anything this year that I thought was like innovative. There's one thing I could say about Rebirth, but I don't know if that's innovation, and it doesn't really have to do with the game itself. Astrobot looks like a really good 3D platformer. Okay, I actually think what a lot of what Balatro does is pretty like innovative and interesting. So maybe Balatro. Wukong, I don't know if it's doing anything innovative. I guess the most innovative thing that Wukong is doing is that it's getting China to like realize that you don't have to just do gacha games. You could not make a gacha game. Shadow of the Erdtree, I didn't play it, so I can't say, but from what I had watched from like editing and stuff, it looked like more Elden Ring, so I don't really know if that's like innovating. Rebirth is a very iterative experience. Like Rebirth, they just I don't know if it's doing anything. Rebirth is just like, it's kind of like Metaphor, where it's taking a lot of what the studio has learned from previous titles and then made a masterpiece out of like the bones of other games. You know what I mean? That's like what Rebirth and Metaphor are. I don't see that as innovative. I see that as iterative. The one thing I can say about Rebirth in terms of innovation, if this even counts, and I don't even think it's related to the game, is that the studio made this game with all of its content and music and gameplay and all that stuff in 3 years, which the way that normal game development works, games take like 5+ years to make now. So that's insane. And I applaud the studio for being able to do all that in 3 years, but I don't know if that's like, I don't know if I can award, because that's not really, does that count? Like, I don't know if that, it's Balatro here. I like, from what I've seen from game mechanics, I think it's Balatro. But like, if this goes outside of the game and we're talking like, the crafting of the game itself, like, yeah, Rebirth kind of blew me away. Yeah, exactly. Like Square Enix like never does that. They take like 10 years to make a game. For the scope of the game, I feel it is FF7. Yeah, that's 100% it. It's more, okay. I don't know. They were locked in, I guess. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. Yeah, they definitely did. But I don't know. Does that, I don't know. I didn't really view it that way as like, or I don't know if that counts for like what this category is. Let me read it again. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. I guess I need to know what specifically they mean by game direction. Like, are they saying like the game was well directed? Because I do think Rebirth is like kind of unbelievably well directed. But if they mean like the actual game itself, like, you know, how the game, I don't know how to explain this. I wouldn't say that. I would just say it's just, again, it's just like, it's iterative. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Balatro. I don't really understand this category too well. If it's what I think it is, I would give it to Balatro. It seems that way with part 3 since I had the overall, which I couldn't believe either. I was like, what the fuck? They already have this, they finished the script, I think, early this year. Okay. Game of the year. Wow, we finally fucking made it. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. The nominees are Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. Web fishing is game of the year. You're the GOAT for that, Ravi. Just saying. I'm just saying. Listen. We got like 83 hours on this bitch. This game is so godlike, and it's a crime it didn't get nominated for anything. Just saying. All right, just saying. Best toilet games. So true. It's kind of crazy how this is the exact same. Is it actually the exact same as the last category? Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Metaphor. Wow. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that. That's funny. What the fuck? Okay. All right. Controversial opinion. I am one of the people that when I look at game of the year, I think of an actual full game. All right. I don't think of DLC. And I am not throwing any shade or negativity towards Shadow of the Erdtree and what it is done. I think it probably is the best expansion ever made. Probably. It looks incredible. However, when I look at Game of the Year, I think of and I'm thinking of this from like a casual's perspective, right? If little Timmy turns on the Game Awards, which he probably is, and he sees that Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree won Game of the Year, and then he's like, I want to go play Game of the Year. And then he goes and he sees, oh, I have to buy Elden Ring first. So then he buys Elden Ring. And then he's like, okay, now I can get Shadow of the Erdtree. Oh, I have to buy that too. Then he buys Shadow of the Erdtree. And then he's like, all right, well, let me go play Shadow of the Erdtree. Then he boots up Elden Ring. And then he realizes he has to play 100 hours of Elden Ring. And then he never opened a guide, so he never realized that he has to go kill Moog to go and enter the DLC. So as awesome as the DLC is, to me, it's game of the year. Full, complete experience. You turn the game on from start to finish. That should be like what's in this category. Instead, yes, what Robbie just said, there should just be a best expansion or best DLC, something like that. There's so much of that. We should just be doing that. On the other side, if this was like Elden Ring 2, totally fine up here. I'd be completely okay with it. But I struggle to believe in the idea that we should celebrate a DLC. I think it also sets a bad precedent for the industry, because I think having a DLC win Game of the Year would tell a lot of studios that they could just make DLC for their current games, and then get free publicity by being up for Game of the Year again, which I think sucks, because you can also look at stuff like Phantom Liberty, which came out last year, 2 years ago, and that was lauded as like incredible. And it's like, well, if this is up here, then that should have been up for Game of the Year, right? By that logic. You can also look at Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed, right? That was heralded as like a masterpiece, but that's a DLC that didn't get put up for Game of the Year. Go way back, and then you got Blood and Wine for The Witcher 3. That's a huge expansion, and was the highest rated expansion of all time until Erdtree. That wasn't up for Game of the Year. I just don't like this logic. I don't like changing things around. It feels like they just wanted to get Elden Ring nominated again for Game of the Year, and I don't really like that. Because here's the thing, I don't personally really like care what wins, but I do think that whatever wins Game of the Year sets a precedent for the industry moving forward. We see it with every time a game wins Game of the Year. For the next few years, all of a sudden, you start seeing a lot of games adapt, or adopt, I should say, the game style, game mechanics, or ideas that the Game of the Year of the previous year won. You guys notice that? Because that happens every time. And also, whatever wins Game of the Year gets 10 bajillion fucking more sales. It happens every time. Even now, I saw recently that every game that you're seeing right here just saw like a massive sales boost just because they were nominated. I saw Rebirth got like a 248% sales boost just for being nominated. I saw Metaphor got like a 170% sales boost just for being nominated. I want to see more RPGs like Metaphor. Me too. And that, what you're saying is why I'm not really, again, okay with having Elden Ring up here. It's not its own thing. It should just be in another category. I don't think it needs this publicity personally. That being said, we've talked the whole stream. I've said my piece on all of these games here. It's pretty obvious what my Game of the Year is. But Wukong or FF7 finna win here. You want me to be real? You know what I think is winning at the Game Awards? I think it's either Black Myth Wukong or Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. I don't know why Balatro is in there, and I'm too scared to find out. I feel like I do know that the way that the voting is weighted is it's 10% fan vote, 90% the jury. And I can see Astrobot winning. I would love that. Like here's something that like I hate to admit is gonna sound really bad, but like I just feel this way. For me, going into this, I was like, I can't wait to see what wins Game of the Year, because so many of the games that came out this year that I thought would be up were so excellent. Games like Astrobot, games like Balatro, Infinite Wealth, stuff like that. But as soon as I saw Elden Ring get nominated, now I'm at the point where I just don't want to see Elden Ring win. That's where I'm at. And I hate to admit that because, you know, that's fucking pathetic. But I really genuinely would want any other game here to win except Elden Ring. I just do not like the idea of a DLC winning. I think it's not good for... I just don't think it's a good idea. It's very, very accessible in terms of content, but also just has great design. Yeah, I can't wait to play it. I want to play it so bad. I was saying earlier, it looks like the best 3D platformer since Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey. It looks amazing. Yeah. When it comes down to Game of the Year, for me, it's between Metaphor and Rebirth. Those are the only two games I played here, and let's be real, even if I played the other games, it would still be down to these two. The easiest way I could explain what I think on why I'm voting Rebirth, but yes, you know, Rebirth has a lot going to it that I like, but I feel like the reason why I gravitate to Rebirth outside of my personal bias towards FF7 and the game being fucking incredible is this game takes a lot more swings than Metaphor does, and I really love that. I said this a bit earlier when I was talking about the games, but to me, what really sticks out more in my head in terms of like being memorable is taking those wild swings. I don't think anyone that plays Rebirth, besides like, I don't know, weirdos like me, are gonna come away with it saying everything was amazing. Because they keep doing this game does so much crazy, insane stuff, where it's like not everything is gonna hit. You're gonna play Rebirth. Most people, I believe, are gonna play Rebirth, and some of it they're gonna be like, "This is the coolest, craziest shit I've ever played in my life," and then they're gonna play some of it and be like, "This is the dumbest, stupidest shit I ever played in my life." But then you play Metaphor, and Metaphor is like, it's so consistently good at what it does, and it never goes above and beyond. But at the same time, it never is like, what the hell is this? From my experience, it's a very consistently good game. And again, I loved everything in Rebirth. There really is like, if I had to nitpick Rebirth, it's like, I wish they kept the staircase in the Shinra mansion and didn't turn it into an elevator. That's like one of the only things I can think about in terms of like stuff I disliked. And that's like such a minute thing. I loved every mini game. Genuinely, I played everything in the game. The only thing I haven't done is hard mode and then the final super hard bosses. I loved every mini game. I think the combat is the best I've ever played. I love the narrative. I love the characters more than I ever have. Every second that game had me smiling. And I just love the stupid, crazy shit they were going. Even the narrative, like I said earlier, you're not going to see any company, or most companies nowadays are not going to be willing to take their most beloved thing that they have with fans and be willing to potentially destroy it by throwing it into a fucking tank of sharks with what they're doing with this narrative. And I respect that so hard, especially since I personally think they're knocking it out the park. But you know, that's to be seen with part 3. We got to see. I get what you mean. Metaphor doesn't have an X Factor or anything like it. It's very mid to late 90s. Which yes, and I agree with you. I love Metaphor is probably my favorite game Atlas has ever made. I need to finish Vengeance, no, for sure, but it's probably my favorite game Atlas has ever made. It's such a consistently fantastic game. One of my favorite games of all time. I think I already added it to like my fucking list of like my favorite games of all time. I have to go check. I'm pretty sure I did. I loved it. It's incredible. But really, kind of like, I like how you said it. The whole X Factor thing. There's nothing really super stand out to me that's like, holy fuck, I can't believe they went for that. Whereas like Rebirth does that in, I mean, debatably too much, you know? Again, not to me, but objectively, I said this earlier. I think the only things you can objectively say about Rebirth that are like pretty unanimously fantastic, it's the combat and the music. The open world, I can see somebody thinking it's annoying. Not everyone is going to love every minigame unless you're a freak like me. Most people are probably going to be like, what the hell? I don't want to do this shit. Thankfully, most of it's optional. But, you know, that can lead to the idea of FOMO in the player, all that kind of stuff. And that's really risky, you know? It's really, really risky. But I like that. I like seeing the risk taking. I think that's awesome. I don't think you need to play Rebirth's hard mode if you're always hard while playing it. I feel like if FF7 doesn't win here, they'll get their big win after part 3 is done. You know, Touch My Beard, great name, by the way. If there's like one like super fanboyish thing that I have inside of me, it's that I've always wanted to see one of my favorite companies have a game nominated and win Game of the Year. Whether it's Final Fantasy or really anything Atlas makes, I want to see that so bad. But that being said, yes, my vote is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Ugh. Let's take a look. View all categories. Oh, okay. I can't actually see everything I voted. Wait, there's player's voice? What the hell is that? Hold on. What is this? What is player's voice? What is your favorite game of the year? Player's voice is a 100% fan voted award across 3 rounds. The winner will be announced on December 12th at the Game Awards. Well, obviously Black Myth Wukong is going to win this, right? Like, China is just fucking this shit in the ass right now. There is no way Genshin Impact is on here. What is wrong with you people? Votes cast for this round. We can vote for 5 games. All right, we're voting for Rebirth, voting for Metaphor. No way Pal World is on here. That's hilarious. No way 3 of the games here are gacha games. You people sicken me. You people sicken me. All right, Stellar Blade, Shadow of the Erd Tree, and Black Myth Wukong. There you go. Submit votes. What the fuck are half of these games? They're gacha games. Goat Shin Impact. Hell yeah. All right, let's go over what I voted. Download your vote card. I'll probably do that in a sec. Okay. Let's go over all my stuff, and then we'll do a last call for the Community Game Awards and then I'll end my stream. So we'll start from the bottom, move our way to the top. Best esports team. I picked SKT T1 because I made a Faker montage once. Best esports athlete. I picked Faker because I made a Faker montage in like 10 years ago. Best esports game. I picked League of Legends because my chat told me that League was the most entertaining thing to watch this year. Listen, the choices were League of Legends or Dota 2 or like Counter-Strike. I would have picked the fighting game if there was a fighting game, but there wasn't. Content creator of the year. I did not pick Picora. My chat picked Picora. Most anticipated game. I picked Metroid Prime 4. Kind of want to change it, but I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what they do with Metroid Prime 4. Best adaptation. I picked Fallout because that's the only one I watched, and it was really good. Best multiplayer. I picked Tekken 8 because, what am I, a pussy? Of course I picked Tekken 8. Best sports/racing game. We picked WWE because I watch wrestling. That's literally the only reason I picked it. Best sim/strategy. I picked Unicorn Overlord. Almost picked Kunitsugami because honestly I'm more interested in Kunitsugami, but I think Unicorn Overlord is probably the better game. Best family. I picked Mario Party Jamboree because all of the choices were not family games. Literally just this one. It was basically just best Mario Party. Okay, best fighting game. I picked Tekken 8. Grand Blue Fantasy very close behind. Best RPG. I picked Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think that was the one that I talked the most on. We were deciding between Rebirth and Metaphor. Hairs on this one. I was on Metaphor. I'm not gonna redo the whole conversation. If you want to listen to it, go back and listen. But I was basically on Metaphor the entire time, and then I thought about it on like how they do like customization and stuff, and I was like, oh, maybe it's Rebirth, and then we kept going back and forth. Maybe it's Rebirth, maybe it's Metaphor, maybe it's I couldn't decide. And what I ended up doing was my brain says Metaphor, my heart says Rebirth. I'm picking Rebirth, so I picked Rebirth. Best action/adventure. I picked Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown because the studio was shut down and they deserve praise. Those guys did actually an interesting game at Ubisoft, which I didn't think was possible. Best action game. I picked Stellar Blade, not because I'm horny. It just looked the most fun to play to me. Best VR/AR. I picked Batman because I liked Batman. I didn't play the game. Best mobile game. I voted Balatro because it was the only game that wasn't a gacha game. Best debut indie game. I picked The Plucky Squire. This one was really close. I honestly could go with really any of the ones that I was thinking about from the nominations, but I went Plucky Squire. Best independent game. I picked UFO 50 because it is a very unique and cool idea, and I want to support really unique and cool ideas. Best community support. I picked Baldur's Gate 3 for no real reason other than I know people really like fucking bears and they still really like talking about fucking bears. And also because I saw people were not super hot on Dawn Trail. But that's okay because best ongoing, we picked Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail because I don't know. I don't know. Games for Impact. I picked Indica. Because that, I don't know, it just looked like a really interesting game when I saw videos on it back in the day, so I went with Indica. Innovation and accessibility. I didn't even vote for this. I had chat pick, and Alex picked Dragon Age, so I picked Dragon Age the Veilguard. Best performance. I picked Brianna White. However, again, big shout out to Luke Roberts who played James Sunderland. I actually loved his performance. I was most weary about performances, and he killed it. He did a really good job. Best audio design, Silent Hill 2. I loved it. I thought all the audio design was really good. I love the ambiance. It's really fantastic, and I think they did a great job with it. Best score and music. Boys, do I even need to repeat myself? Do I even need to repeat myself? Best art direction. Metaphor ReFantazio, because that game is absolutely beautiful. Best narrative. Metaphor ReFantazio, because it has a really good narrative. Best game direction. Balatro. I don't remember why. Yeah, okay, I have to say, I had the pleasure, I should have this in the background while I'm listening to this. I had the pleasure to go on, okay. For my birthday this year, I told myself I was gonna reward myself because I got so much in my life together this year. I'm not completely together, but I got a lot together. So I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna reward myself. And my partner and I got tickets to the FF7 Rebirth Orchestra. And I went. And it was incredible. It was amazing. You wanna know the craziest thing? They did this song. But you know what's insane? Was that it was orchestrated. So I want you to imagine a choir of people in like the fanciest clothes going bow wow wow, bow wow wow. I watched that live and it was fucking incredible. It was fucking incredible. But on top of that, my partner made me a cactuar out of my old clothes. I know it's green on the bottom. They sewed together a little cactuar out of all my old clothes. This is some of my pajamas right here, bro. They're reds. It's very adorable. I called them cacti. That's fucking cute, man. Yeah, it's very adorable. I love it. That goes hard. It does. I love it. I love it. I've kept it on my desk ever since. But yes, if there's anything, if you could somehow find a clip online, I highly recommend finding the Stamp live performance, because I could not stop laughing in that fucking, everyone in the crowd was like dying. Just, it was the most insane thing. I was like, I can't believe I'm watching this right now. It's fucking crazy. Game of the year, FF7 Rebirth. What an amazing year for video games. How many did I give to, let's see. What was my most? FF7 Rebirth had 1. So Rebirth has 1. Tekken had 2. Balatro's at 1. FF7's at 2, Balatro's at 2, Tekken's at 2, Metaphor is at 2, FF7's at 3, FF7's at 4. Okay, so FF7 and Metaphor are my most. See, I told you guys I was not gonna vote for FF7 for everything, all right? Everyone said I was gonna vote for FF7 on everything. I told you I wasn't. I'm not that fucking deluded, all right? I'm not. I'm real. But yeah, this year for me has been my favorite year in video games. I loved it so much. I cannot wait to get back to SMT5 Vengeance next week. I'm so excited to get back to that because I loved what I played of it. And talk about fucking snubbed, all right? SMT5 Vengeance, that soundtrack is unfucking believable and extremely experimental and really cool and really good. Deserves a nomination. Just saying, Jeff Keighley. Yeah. Excited to get back to SMT5 Vengeance next week. The Game Awards are next week, so I'm gonna stream that, and right before the Game Awards starts, we're going to play our own Game Awards stream. If you don't know, if you're in Twitch chat, !GGA. If you're in YouTube chat, scroll down to the description. It's at the top. There is a poll to join the Ganesha Game Awards, which is the Community Game Awards. I'll pull it up on stream right now. Give me a second. Fucking bow wow wow, bro. Oh, sorry. Okay. There we go. Okay, so if you want to vote for our Community Game Awards, I will be recording a video. Excuse me. This weekend to announce the winners of the Community Game Awards. If you would like to vote yourself, I'm going to tell you right now, I am closing the voting for this in probably an hour, something like that. If you did not vote, go vote now. Yes, I could tell, Robbie. I can't see who's who, but there are certain people where I'm like, I know who this fucking was. Yours was very obvious. What was I gonna say? So if you want to, there's a few people I could like read. I was just like, I know who this is. I know who that is. The Game Awards on the 12th, December 12th. So if you want to vote, go vote now. The only restrictions are on Game of the Year. Everything else, you know, you're pretty much free game. This does not work like the Game Awards where, you know, I have a set nomination list and then you pick from it. Instead, I'll just do like an example. I'm not gonna actually vote. What the fuck? There's no way. Bro, this thing was just like, yo, we know exactly who you like. What the fuck? That just blew my mind. Okay, well, anyway, as an example, let's say you wanted to vote for like 3 different characters, or like for who's the best video game character of 2024. You would put 3 characters that you liked. So like in this instance, Cloud Strife, Barrett Wallace, and Tifa Lockhart, right? Choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, there'll be 3 sets of points. What's gonna happen is we're gonna take all of the votes, total them up by points, and then whoever got place 1, 2, and 3 will get the top 3. So there is no like winner. It's just, this is the top 3. That's how it's gonna be. So yeah, if you wanna go do that, go do that. I'm gonna close those polls in about an hour. Or honestly, it's pretty late. I'm probably just gonna do it tomorrow morning. So hey, if you want to sneak in your thing, you can do that, and I'll fucking close it in the morning. But I'm out. I'm gonna end my stream. I was not expecting to be able to talk for 7 hours about video games, but I did, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. I definitely think I'm gonna make this like a regular thing, because like not like a regular thing, but like an annual thing at the end of every year. I just like talking about video games. So, yeah, that's it for me. I'm out. I will be back next week with Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and the Game Awards. So, yeah. Bye.